If you search "follow your passion" on YouTube, you'll find a mix of videos with people arguing against it. Thinkers like Robert Greene, who sold millions of copies with his book The 48 Laws of Power, or Scott Galloway.
For some reason, we've decided that billionaires just have insight around life. And they oftentimes finish their conversation with what I think is some of the worst advice given to young people. Does anyone want to guess what it is? Follow your passion. What utter bullshit.
Greene even defines passion as cringe. It undermines the amount of hard work, dedication, and persistence as needed in order to be successful at whatever task that we do. If we look at the thousands of contestants in American Idol that come every year and find themselves utterly shocked when they discover that they are not as good as they thought they were, or that they get rejected, this is enough to tell us that passion alone doesn't mean that you won't struggle or that you'll be great at something just because you have some sort of fire in you. Likewise, when we look at the millions of people that graduate every single year and are searching for the same job opportunity, tells us that just because we go the, predictable route doesn't mean that we are going to land ourselves a perfect and immaculate career. You might counter with examples like LeBron James, a basketball player, or Drake, who's a writer, but even they have to put in relentless repetition, waking up on days when they don't feel like it to write or practice drills, facing the immense amount of pressure and still going through and showing up every single day and putting their practice in. Hello guys, my name is Hannah, and as a data analyst, a recent MPH graduate, and a part-time Sunday school teacher, I make faith-based and holistic living content here on YouTube. And today I'm going to be talking about why following your passion alone is not enough to be successful at what we do. And a lot of the ideas that I have for this video come from this book called So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport, who got his PhD from MIT. And he is a best-selling author in the fields of technology and productivity. So you might be asking, if not passion, then what? And according to Cal Newport, in order to find a fulfilling career, it needs to have three things, which are allowing us to be creative, have control, and make an impact. So creativity means that we have the opportunity to improvise our work and implement our ideas as we see fit. Control means having the opportunity to do things, our work, when and where we choose to, while making an impact. As Steve Jobs put it so well, making a dent in the world. We need to see that the work that we are producing in the world, making some significant contribution around us. To find a career that allows us to be creative, make an impact, and have control over what we do, we need to have three things, which I will talk about in this video. So the difference between the two can be put simply like this. Passion mindset asks the world, what can the world offer me? While the craftsman mindset asks the world, what can I offer the world? And so one of the best examples of someone executing the craftsman mindset is none other than Jerry Seinfeld. So Jerry Seinfeld is known as one of the most famous comedians of all time, and so he wanted to be a better writer in early stages of his career. And so, like many of us, he could have waited for inspiration, motivation to strike before writing, but instead he set a personal goal to write every single day. So he marked X on his calendar every single day that he wrote, and his goal was very simple: to connect all the X's and to not miss a day of writing. He didn't break the chain, he didn't wait for motivation, he wrote every single day, and that is what eventually led to his success. So the craftsman mindset understands that in order to secure a fulfilling job, you need to put in the work, you need to put in deliberate practice, even on days that you wake up and you do not feel like it. It doesn't wait for inspiration to come to it, but comes to and puts in the deliberate practice and the work, regardless of if the inspiration is there today or tomorrow or next month. And this was the same mindset that made Seinfeld successful at what he did. So the second way that we can achieve a career that allows us to make an impact, be creative, and have control over what we do is through deliberate practice. So deliberate practice essentially means going between two phases of comfort and discomfort. And so the best example that we can use for this is none other than Michael Jordan. So not only did Jordan stay after practice to get in more practice, he watched videos of himself, he watched videos of his opponents, and thirdly, he he set up scenarios that mimic the actual game with his own teammates prior to the games. And so in order for us to find a career that is fulfilling, Jordan is a perfect example, one of the world's, all-time best basketball players. And so something we can learn from him is putting in the work. And so that is one of the ways that he became successful. And so that is one way that we can also become successful in securing a fulfilling career for ourselves. And so the third way to find a career that is fulfilling to us comes from none other than Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. And so this book needs no introduction. It is a book about Steve Jobs, one of the people that revolutionized the way that we see technology today. And so if you're watching my video, you likely have an iPhone, you likely have a Mac, or know someone that has an iPhone. And so in 1984, when the Mac was introduced, it initially sold 70,000 units, while its competitors were in the millions. But we have products like the iPhone or the iPad or the AirPods. I'll insert a picture here of what computers used to look like before. And so compared to this picture right here, when the Mac came around, and going even from this bulky computer to Steve Jobs and challenging what technology looks like in the future and coming up with these skinny MacBooks that you can fit inside of an envelope. So Jobs constantly challenged what the social norms look like, challenged what the present looked like to create a revolutionary technology. And so in this video, I hope I talked about why many people are against the passion mindset, and that instead, if we look for a career that gives us control, allows us to be creative and make an impact or a dent in the world. And in order to find this career, we need to adapt the craftsman mindset instead of the passion mindset, put in deliberate practice like Michael Jordan. We need to challenge the social norms, challenge the future like Steve Jobs did. And so this is the end of my video. If you liked what you heard, or even if you didn't, please like, comment, and subscribe, and see y'all next time.